Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be giving a short and bare basics guide about Reptile so far, which has been my favorite character in Mortal Kombat 1 so far, and so far my main. Yeah, I've been using him for most of my games now. I'm not like super experienced, but I'm just going to be sharing everything that I've found out with him today. Today I'll be using the Scorpion cameo, which is the most common cameo I feel like a lot of Reptile users play. Not necessarily his best cameo, but at the moment, especially with Chameleon coming out, which I'll make at some point I'll probably make a video explaining more of his cameos, and especially Chameleon, who I'm liking a lot so far. But Scorpion is definitely one of his most versatile cameos as well, and he can work very well with a lot of his moves so far. So I'm going to be using him today. So yeah, starting off with strings, they have some pretty basic strings for the most part. First off, Killer Kick. Starts off with a high, so it can be ducked under, but it is completely safe on block. Even the first 2 hits, also safe. Actually, it's even, so it's at 0. But the full string does give a little bit of knockback and is completely safe on block at -7. Next we have Dr. Reptile, which is his forward 2-1-1, which is okay, but it can be canceled into at any point. It can be extended with Scorpion if you really wanted to. But you know, it's a pretty decent overall string on block. Also safe at 7 plus knockback, which is also good. But it can be special canceled into. So the first 2 hits can be special canceled into. It's one of my favorite strings as far as special canceling goes into. Don't know what that is. Next we have Froggy Knee, which is his one of his best strings for combo extenders, which is Froggy Knee, which is either forward. By the way, so there's 2 strings with triangle or 2. Standing, which is 9 frame startup, and forward, which is 12 frame startup, but it does extend a little bit. Usually I end up on accident doing forward most often, but all his strings forward 2-3, standing 2-3, forward 2-4, standing 2-4 are the same exact hit. Like forward 2-3, standing 2-3. Like same one, just a little bit extra startup, but doesn't get as much reach. So they're both the same, except for Dr. Reptile, which only works with the forward. It doesn't work with the standard, like the standing one. Anyway, Froggy Knee is a good combo extender, so you can get this. Usually it works well with gravity scaling, but it's usually not a good move to throw out normally because it's a little bit unsafe. -14. It's not like super unsafe, but it can be punished. But if you do manage to land it first, it's 2 decent combos. Next, Tail of 2 Hittites? Tail of 2 Hitties. Very good low string because most of the time people will be ready for the forward high, but it hits them with a surprise low, which is excellent, and it can even be extended to a Scorpion if I can time it right. But yeah, a very decent string. Ends with a low, can catch people off guard, and like I said, with Scorpion can be comboed into if you time it right. The only thing is you have to pop Scorpion before it's done, so they usually predict it most of the time. And then Devastating Blow is his overhead, which is excellent, catch people off guard. It comes out pretty quickly. It is slightly unsafe at -13, but the thing is you can hold triangle and charge it up. So if I charge to max, it launches for a full combo. If I charge it up a little bit, it knocks it down and knocks back. But if both of these are safe, especially the final one, I don't know if it's gonna -3 with a heavy knockback. So it does take a bit to charge up, but it does launch for a full combo. Alright, so his next couple of strings. Oh, before I forget, pokes. So it's pokes for a down 1. Decent poke. -8 on block. Okay range, not very good. I recommend down 3, which is my favorite one. It has good startup and has decent range too. If you're gonna go for a poke, it's safe on block 2, -9. Same with down 4, I believe. Decent range, -6, actually more safe. So I would go for this one more. Sorry, so down circle for pokes. This one's not really good unless you're like in their face, you know, like. It was pretty quick. It usually catches people off guard. Gets the poke in. Anyway. My favorite string on Reptile is Slip and Die. Not the whole thing. The whole thing is this. which usually I'll just throw out this because it can just be special into. So that's just the first 2 hits. It's a start low. Good, excellent range. It is safe for the most part. Now it's -7. And if you throw this out a bunch in the game, usually predict it. Final one, they usually don't expect the final low. The last one is -23, so it's unsafe. So throw that sparingly. But this is my favorite string because of the range in it. You can special cancel. Leads to a full combo every time. Actually, it's usually really big damage combos. Like 38% off a low startup. Oh, his standing 3 is a decent attack. Good range, knockback. Can't be canceled into unless you use Scorpion. That's not even special cancel. It's just hits twice, so it can break armor if you really time it right. First hit's a high, last hit's a mid, and good knockback too. Honestly, pretty good string. It's safe. Is it safe on block? It is. Okay. Next one is Mr. High, which is the same and pretty much the same thing as this one. Except it starts with a forward kick. Same thing, good knockback. Good, safe on block, good knockback. Can be, can be comboed with Scorpion. That's why Scorpion's really good, because of this move right here. A lot of his strings, like this, can be specially canceled into. But this string is good for reach. Can also be specially canceled into the first 2 hits. So yeah, Visceral Claw is his best combo ender, or whether you want to look at it or not, it's a combo ender in most fashions. And it can be special canceled into with his death roll, which we'll get into in a second. So you go for his launch, forward. Oh, this is the string, and it catches them like this. But if you end a combo with it, it keeps him standing, and you can use death roll to end the combo for a little extra damage. Or you can use, you can do this, end it with invisibility, which we'll get into that in a bit. And he doesn't have any circle strings, I don't believe. Yeah, he has no circle strings. However, his sweep, excellent. Like, one of the best in the game besides Katana, I think. You can back up a little bit, use this, and it'll catch him off guard more often than not. Excellent range, like most sleeps, safe on block, -7. But yeah, that's it for his strings. Another thing I forgot to mention, his aerial strings, both very good. Both can be special cancel into with the landing claw, which is an overhead, but it can be a good combo ender on both of these, actually. I like natural selection a bit more, but if you're near the end of the combo and it's just not going to land, I would go with tipping the scales. I'll show you in a second. You launch this opponent in the air. This one bounced off the ground. I'll just throw the normal string first. Bounce off the ground a little bit. You can end it with multiple ways. You can do this. Dash attack, get either side switch or gain pressure on him. You can actually extend it with a Scorpion. Or you can end it, obviously, so I was saying, with the landing claw. Which is special cancel into with the air falling fangs, which I'll get into in a second. So other ones, tipping the scales, is nothing crazy. It does launch them up for a bit more. From what I've labbed, I can't catch them on the air with this. Obviously, you can, just like the other one, you can catch them with Scorpion. But I usually do that if I'm near the end of a combo. And I can also be special cancel into with the landing scales. Now moving on to his special moves, we have Acid Spit, which is kind of a crappy projectile. On enhanced, it does range a little bit far. It gives a little bit of stun. Certain cameos, hold on. Certain cameos like Chameleon, you can combo with it. If you time it right, which one of the reasons I think Chameleon is really good on Reptile, because you can do things like this. Oh wait, I have to be on Katana. So if you do something like this, with the spit, you can use things like launch. You can use things like certain cameo moves. Will extend it, like teleports, like Motaro's teleports. Things like that will extend it. But I'll talk more about that in a more in-depth guide. This is more of just bare and basics. But yeah, other than that, Acid Spit really isn't that good. It's just a little bit of knockback. Dash attack. Kind of replaces the Reptile slide from the older games. On block, it is unsafe by minus 17, and it will not switch sides. However, if you his enhanced version, which is the same on hit, except I think it does a little bit more damage. Yeah, just a little bit more damage. But on block, it will still cross through and usually catches people off guard. So, you know, it's the beginning of the game, round one fight. Round one fight. I usually start off the match with that. Sure, it wastes our meter, but it usually lands decent damage. Like, that's already like 100 damage down, and it ends with an overhead. So even if they block the first one, the second one usually catches them off guard if they don't play very many reptiles, which there are, I will admit. Reptile is a weaker character in this game, so there aren't a whole lot of them. That's it for dash attack, though. Force Ball is his best projectile, in my opinion. It's his main projectile, but I'm going to spend, after I get done with the rest of the special moves, I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about that because that's his most advanced part of his kit, which is one of my favorite parts. But it launches for combos. It's his main combo extender, other than the other string, and it's definitely his most complex part, which I'll get to in a second. Now, Death Roll is a surprise low attack. It's his armored attack as well. So, like I said, you can end this combo with this, and then you can cancel it into dash attack. Death Roll, which gets a little extra damage. Good damage too. So usually, if you throw a projectile, gets good range. So you can usually dodge most projectiles with this ability. Like I said, it's his armored move. A little extra damage, and it's his armor attack. So, you know, you're in a corner, and it's his armor, and he's pressuring you. Use that as your armored roll. Invisibility. One of the strongest parts of this kit. Once after a few seconds, he goes fully invisible. Obviously, you can't see him. Excuse me. Using the enhanced version, there we go. Spawns in much quicker, comes in much quicker. Depends on what you're feeling. I mean, I don't think it's usually worth the bar meter. Like I said, it goes away after a little bit, or if you're hit, it does go away as well. But it's one of my favorite parts of this kit because you can just end a combo, go with that, and you have that much pressure. It's also a technical portion it takes a bit getting used to. Finally, Air Falling Fangs is his aerial attack. You can start a kick. You just go with that. Like I said, you can start his aerial combos with it. If I can do it. Good damage too. But it does not lock on, so you can't just use it from over here and immediately go onto it. Also, it's very unsafe on block. It's extremely punishable at -29. So you don't just throw it out a bunch like a Shiva Stomp or anything like that from MK1. And that'll do it for special moves as well. Now I'm going to talk about some Force Ball things, and then we're going to, at the end of the video, I'm going to talk about his playstyle, and I'm going to show you a few of his basic combos. So yeah. Alright, so the thing about Force Ball is it's a projectile. It does not go full screen. But there are actually 3 different versions of it. So if you go to the log, there is the Force Ball, the slow Force Ball, the fast Force Ball, and there's all the enhanced versions. Now, enhanced Force Ball will travel the full distance at any speed. But the thing with the different speed Force Balls, there's the slow. Oh, sorry. There's a slow version, which doesn't go very far. It's usually a good anti-air. They jump at you. Usually catch them with this. It's pretty good. Normal, which is its normal version, and its fast version. The fast version will go the farthest, but it won't travel full screen obviously unless it's amplified. The thing with hold on, let me turn off auto block for a second because it's caught by that. The thing with what's it called? Enhanced Force Ball. I like to do if I'm all the way back here, I'm trying to, pressure him out, zone him. Use this, pressure him in. Didn't need to spend 2 bars, but you get the mean. I can still go through and pressure him, and the Force Ball will still come at him. Kind of like a striker projectile, if that makes sense. So in his combos, also his Force Ball is punishable on block, by the way. Not by super much, I think it's like -15. But the thing with combos is you cannot do the same Force Ball twice. So you can't do, like, say I'm doing a combo and I launch him with medium Force Ball. I can't launch him again with medium Force Ball. If I try that, it will just Oh. It'll just push him away. It'll push him full screen, actually. So if you're going to go for that, go with the same one. If you're going to continue the combo, you can do all 3 versions of Force Ball, minus the enhanced version. I'll get that in a second. And it will continue the combo. So if I go to the corner, because it's usually easier to hit there. So if I do... Actually, there's no need for him to go in the corner. Never mind. If I do something like this, I'm going to do normal Force Ball, hit into the fast Force Ball, and it's going to launch him again because it's a different one. I do the fast Force Ball second usually because it's in the first one. It's usually easier to just remember to not press any extra buttons, no forward, no back, and the slow Force Ball in the second one usually doesn't catch because it moves slower, and it's not going to go as far. The enhanced Force Ball, no matter what, say I use normal one. If I do the same exact one but enhanced, it's going to count as the second one. So realistically, you want to spend all 3 bars. You want to launch him for whatever time, 6 times. You can use all 6 Force Balls, obviously, given it's very difficult to do, in the same combo, and they'll all launch differently. And also, the enhanced ones, for realistically, like, will not ignore necessarily, but kind of are on its own basis as far as gravity scaling. So I do this hit, it's going to go up. The second one, it's not going to go. It's going to come down extremely fast. Same thing with the Force Balls. They're going to launch more than this string here, but they're not going to go to a point where you can just keep them up the whole time. Except for the enhanced Force Balls, which will bounce them up extremely more amount compared to the gravity scaling, but obviously they'll come down the same speed. So it gives you time to do more attacks, if that makes sense. Now, that's like I said, it's main combo tool. So if you do something like this, it's a real not basic combo per se, but it's pretty standard. 38% combo. No meter, by the way. 2 Force Balls, 1 slow, 1 fast. Not slow, but medium pace. And then the up cameo. So 1 cameo, 38%. Is pretty good in my opinion, with a low startup, by the way. I'll probably give the inputs for that combo at the end of the video. That's my most common combo I use in most matches because it's reliable. But yes, that's all. That's pretty much it for the Force Balls. Like I said, it is unsafe on. That's not it. It is unsafe on block by -24. Okay, so a bit more. But yeah, that's about it for Force Ball. And to end off the video, well, I'm going to end off the video with some combos, but I want to talk about his playstyle, how you want to play in a match. For the most part, you're going to want to play a pretty up-close and personal brawl style. Hit most of his attacks have pretty decent pressure. You catch people off guard, that sort of thing. Open him up. And it's a combo. That's realistically the most simple way to play him. He has his pressure. He doesn't need a lot of meter he doesn't use a lot of meter for his combos. It's more just used for pressure. It's used for armor moves and stuff like that, which I like a lot about him. But you don't you want to be in the close neutral range. I feel like you don't want to be up close because characters like Johnny can punish you every time, and a lot of your strings are slower on startup a bit. So you want to be back here. You want to usually want to wait for them to make a move. You want to come out with this. You want to come out with your low, really good poke, that sort of thing. If you're going back, this is a really good zoning tool. More just to keep them away. If they want to advance you, they're going to get caught for a full combo because, for the most part, you can come in at any point and punish them. Even it's not Superman damage, now I'm invincible and I have more pressure on him. He's not necessarily a pressure character, but that's one of his strong suits, given not many. He's definitely on the weaker side of characters in this game, so if you want to play him reliably, you want to spend a lot of time with him. Most of the time, I'm using him for fun. I like using him a lot. I'm usually, a lot of my Combat League sets, I've been using a lot of Johnny Cage, but he's still a very strong character. He's probably my strongest character in my arsenal because I've spent most time on him. But just getting to know the character, knowing his strings and stuff is the best way to play him, I guess. Not the best way to play him, but the way you're going to get the strongest with this character. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it proved helpful. And if I get enough love on this video, then I will make an advanced guide. I'll talk more about his cameos. I'll talk more about his techniques, his string, things you can do with his strings with different cameos and stuff, and that sort of thing. If you want, I can try and do more on different characters that I've spent a little bit of time with, and do more basic tutorials. I'm not going to get anything more advanced than that because I really only use a couple of characters in this game. But yeah. I'll be showing some bare basic combos for the end, and at the end of that, I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video proves useful for you if you're trying to look into picking up Reptile. I hope you're liking him as much as I have as well. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to make a more advanced tutorial with different cameos, different texts, that sort of thing, and potentially some for other characters as well. But either way, I hope everyone's having a good day. Please, if you decide to, like and subscribe because it really helps me out, and I've been really appreciative of the support I've gotten on the channel so far. So I hope everyone have a good day and a wonderful rest of your week.